Hey guys, it's Jack here from the Star Wars portal, and welcome back to another episode of Star Wars Canon Lore, the series where we talk about just about everything there is to talk about in the Star Wars universe. In today's episode, we're going to be talking and going over every single Sith Lord in the Star Wars Canon universe ever. I'll be going over them in order of when they were alive, and I also will not be including Kylo Ren or Supreme Leader Snoke, as they are technically not actually Sith, but rather followers of the dark side. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. The earliest known Sith was an unidentified rogue Jedi, who, thousands of years before the start of the Clone Wars, was originally a member of the Jedi Order. At some point in his life, he began studying the dark side of the Force, and believed that to unlock the true potential of a Jedi, one must tap into using it, instead of embracing the passivity of the light side. The High Jedi Council were disgraced by the belief of the Jedi, and so exiled him from the Jedi Order. In this time away, he gained many followers, and in time, they formed into what became the Sith. This caused the 100-year darkness, which by the end resulted in the Jedi and Sith as mortal enemies. The next known Sith went by the name of Lord Mommin, and was an ancient Sith sculptor, who created many Sith artifacts. During the Age of the Empire, all of his works were believed to have been lost and destroyed. However, Darth Sidious, the ruler of the Galactic Empire, owned a ship known as the Imperialis, which, according to Corin Purs, contained various of Mommin's artifacts. The Sith Lord of Gaem was a Sith Lord who, during his life, formed an unlikely friendship with the Jedi Master Von Kell. Their story was remembered through history, and during the reign of the Galactic Empire, it was remembered by an antique dealer known as Antoine Batch, as he tried to reassure himself about approaching a downed starfighter, which he had thought contained a pirate or another dangerous individual. Darth Bane was the sole surviving Sith Lord after the destruction of the Sith at the hand of the Jedi, thousands of years before the start of the Clone Wars. Bane realised that the conflict between the Sith was the reason for their downfall, and to rectify this, reformed the Sith by creating the Rule of Two, which meant that at one time there could only be two Sith, a Master and an Apprentice. Darth Bane was eventually defeated at the hand of the Jedi, who wrongly then believed that all of the Sith had been wiped out with him. This was not the case though, as Darth Bane had trained an apprentice who continued on his legacy, and continued to help the Sith survive in secret. During the Clone Wars, Bane's Force Ghost appeared to Yoda while he was on Moraband, the home planet of the Sith. He attempted to persuade Yoda to turn to the dark side of the Force, however, Yoda defied him and banished his spectre. Darth Plagueis was the Sith Master to the notorious Darth Sidious. He acquired considerable knowledge in the field of midichlorian manipulation, and had long attempted throughout his life to unlock the secrets of immortality. He was powerful enough to be able to stop those he loved from dying, and could also create life itself, all by influencing midichlorians with the Force. His only fear was that he would lose his power, which unfortunately happened when his apprentice, Sidious, killed him in his sleep, after realising he had learned all he needed from Plagueis. Darth Sidious was known as the most powerful Sith Lord in the history of the galaxy, who, after killing his master, Darth Plagueis, managed to manipulate both the Galactic Republic and the Confederacy of Independent Systems. He was elected as the Chancellor as the Republic, fooling the Senate of his true intentions, while secretly controlling the Separatists. He exploited the young Jedi Anakin Skywalker, who had the highest midichlorian count ever recorded, by tricking him into the ways of the dark side and making him his apprentice, Darth Vader, and single-handedly wiping out the entire Jedi Order when he executed Order 66, which caused the Republic army of clones to turn on the Jedi and kill them. Eventually, he reformed the Republic into the tyrannical Galactic Empire and served as its emperor. Inevitably, his apprentice was tempted back to the light side and murdered Sidious by throwing him into space. Darth Maul was the original apprentice of Darth Sidious, who during the Battle of Naboo battled with Jedi Master Qui-Gon Jinn and his apprentice Obi-Wan Kenobi. Maul managed to get the upper hand on Jinn and killed him in the battle. However, Kenobi, fueled with grief, managed to strike back against him, cutting him in half. Believing him to be dead, Sidious found a new apprentice, Darth Tyranus. However, this was not the case, and Maul survived purely with his hatred for Kenobi. With the help of the Night Sisters, he was given a new life, and set off on his journey to get revenge on Kenobi, causing havoc across the galaxy. Darth Tyranus, better known as Count Dooku, was Darth Sidious's second apprentice, and was the public leader of the Confederacy of Independent Systems. Tyrannus knew of Sidious's plot to wipe out the Jedi, and led the Separatists throughout the war, turning star systems against the Republic through political maneuverings. During the Battle of Coruscant, he was defeated by Anakin Skywalker, and after realizing he did not need his apprentice anymore, Sidious ordered Anakin to behead Tyrannus, which he then did. Asajj Ventress was the Sith apprentice of Darth Tyranus. She had originally been a member of the Jedi Order, but after her master's murder, she was tempted to the dark side. She and her master, Count Dooku, developed a bond as she grew ever more powerful in the dark side of the Force. Darth Sidious became wary of this and ordered Dooku to turn his own forces against her to show his loyalty. He complied, and Ventress only just survived the ordeal. She later returned to a life of bounty hunting. The final known Sith was Darth Vader, better known as Anakin Skywalker. When he had been brought to the Jedi Temple originally, he had the highest midichlorian count ever. Darth Sidious saw his potential and manipulated him throughout his career as a Jedi. Skywalker fell in love with Padme Amidala, and the two married each other, despite it being heavily against the Jedi code to do so. After he got her pregnant, he began having visions of her death. Sidious told him that the only way to save her will be to fall to the dark side, and so he did. The Republic eventually reformed into the Galactic Empire, and the Jedi were made completely extinct. Unknown to Vader, before Padme died, she gave birth to two children, Luke and Leia, who were both Force sensitive. Over the next few years, Luke and he met on several occasions, dueling with their lightsabers. The Emperor eventually captured Luke and began torturing him with his Force lightning. Vader finally felt the guilt catch up with him and simply could not let his son die, and so threw the Emperor into space. In the process, he killed himself, but he finally returned to the light side of the Force. So that's it, guys. That is all the known Sith Lords in the Star Wars canon. This video took a really long time to make, so don't forget to use those Force powers of yours to like, comment and subscribe. And with that, I will see you all next time. May the Force be with you, always.